Dear students, into this particular video, I am going to highlight the another size reduction equipment which is known as a roller mill. As you know, the roller mill works on the principle of the attrition, into which the pressure and the forces, friction forces are applied together and the particle size reduction take place. Uh, Basically, the roller mill consists of the three cylindrical heavy metal rollers which are mounted horizontally and they are rotated along their longitudinal axis will be there. One of the roller is rotated by the motor and the another rollers are rotating by the friction. The direction of the rotation is very important. Let's say the first roller through which the material is entering, which is known as a feed roll, which is entering which is rotating into the clockwise direction. Then the another next roll, that is, let's say the central roll, in this case W2, it is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction, while the third roller, that is called as the apron roll, from which the material is after the side is going to be come out, which is going to be rotated into the again the clockwise direction. Here the factors which are important, that is decide the size reduction, that is the distance or the gap between these rollers, the speed difference between this all the three rollers, and the feed rate is going to be decide the materials which is undergoing the size reduction. Let's try to understand the working by this particular video. In this video it is so that the three rollers are placed and they are going to be cleaned properly before we going for the particle size reduction. Once they are cleaned properly, the distance between them are also going to be decided and adjusted by keeping particular tool. And here it is shown that the material is coming out from this one, so this is going to be your apron roll, this is the center, and the last one, that is going to be feed roll. These are the tools that are placed between these particular rollers and they are going to decide the particle size reduction. As this roller mill is going to be rotated at a particular speed will be there. Now here the one bag is shown that will try into which the material after the size reduction will be collected. As it is shown into this particular video, the material is loaded from the bottom, or sorry, loaded from the back, and as we switch on the material, as the rollers move, the rollers, the material which has been fed from that for the last one, that is what field roll, it's come to the center roll, and from the center roll it is coming towards the it is coming towards the apron roll, and from which the material is going to be collected into the bag after the size reduction. As shown over here, the rollers are rotating, the material is continuously loaded, and material is continuously coming out from the other side. And by this, the side reduction is taking place. Now, what are the advantages of the roller beam? Basically, the roller beam will produce a more uniform particles. It generates the less heat, so it is because so the loss of the moisture is also less. It is energy efficient, and the machine noise will be also low. But if you look at the disadvantage, then it is not effective for the side direction of the fibrous material. The gaps between the rollers are required to be adjusted depending upon the type of the product you want. But basically, the roller mill is having a good application in the preparation of the semi-solid doses from like cream, paste, ointment, etc. And sometimes it is used for the crushing of the seeds before the extraction.